All right, so you're prepping for a broadcasting program director interview.
Exciting stuff.
It is exciting. To help you nail it, we've got a stack of resources from RoleCatcher.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, we've got career guides, interview guides, and even some insights into how their AI can give you an edge.
Very cool.
So ready to kind of deep dive into all of this and really boost your confidence.
Absolutely. I think what's really fascinating about this role is it's going through sort of a major transformation right now, with online streaming and on-demand content.
Yeah.
It's not just about picking shows anymore. It's about shaping an entire viewing experience.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You're right. It is like being an architect.
Yeah.
But instead of blueprints, you're designing a channel's identity and how it fits into this larger media landscape.
Exactly.
And RoleCatcher's career guide actually highlights this shift. They're talking about how the role now demands this blend of creative vision, data analysis, even a bit of psychology,
Oh, wow.
to understand what makes audiences tick.
It's true. You've got to get in their heads. Yeah, so let's dive into some common interview questions that really test for these skills.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher's interview guide gave us 9, and we're going to kind of unpack each one, give you some strategies and even some sample answers to get you started.
Love it.
And remember, you can always use RoleCatcher's AI to fine-tune these answers and make them even more impactful.
Yes, love that. Okay, first up, tell me about your experience in developing and implementing broadcasting programs.
Okay.
It seems pretty straightforward, but what are interviewers really looking for here?
I think what they really want to know is, have you actually owned the process? From brainstorming a concept to getting it on air and seeing it succeed.
Okay.
So don't just list shows you've worked on it, Thor. Pick one that demonstrates your strategic thinking
Yeah.
and how you turn ideas into reality.
So instead of saying I worked on X show, I should say something like, I noticed a gap in our programming for Y demographic, so I developed Z show, which resulted in A, increase in viewership.
That's a great start. Even better if you can quantify those results with hard numbers.
Okay.
Did the show win any awards?
Right.
Did it generate buzz on social media? Did it lead to new sponsorship deals?
Right.
The more specific you are, the more memorable you'll be.
And this is where RoleCatcher's AI comes in, right? It can help me analyze the job description
Yes.
and pull out the specific achievements that are most relevant to this particular employer.
Exactly. It's like having a personalized coach helping you highlight
That's great.
the parts of your experience that resonate most strongly with what they're looking for.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, next question. How do you stay current with industry trends and changes?
Oh, okay.
I feel like everyone says they read trade magazines, so how do I make my answer stand out?
Yeah, you've got to show genuine passion and a proactive approach to learning.
Okay.
So instead of just listing publications, talk about a recent article that really challenged your thinking or inspired a new idea.
Okay.
Mention podcasts you listen to, influencers you follow, or even online courses you've taken.
Right. What if the interviewer follows up with, what's a recent trend that you think will have a major impact on the broadcasting industry?
Oh, good question.
Yeah. What are some hot topics I should be prepared to discuss?
Well, the rise of personalized content is huge.
Yeah.
Think about how streaming services use algorithms to suggest shows based on your viewing history.
Right.
Broadcasters are trying to figure out how to do the same thing.
That's fascinating. So I could talk about how I'm exploring ways to incorporate AI into programming decisions to better tailor content to individual viewers.
Exactly. And don't forget about the ethical considerations that come with using AI.
Right.
Privacy concerns, algorithmic bias, those are all things a savvy program director needs to be thinking about.
Absolutely.
And RoleCatcher actually has some great resources on AI ethics in their career guides.
Perfect.
Good.
Okay, this is getting really interesting. Let's move on to question 3. How do you manage and motivate a team of producers and hosts?
Right.
This one feels a bit trickier. It's not just about skills. It's about leadership style, right?
Absolutely. They want to see if you can build a team that's both creative and productive.
Okay.
So think about a time when you had to navigate a difficult situation with your team.
Okay.
Maybe there was a disagreement about a creative direction or a tight deadline that caused stress.
Yeah.
How did you handle it?
So instead of just saying, I'm a good communicator, I should give a specific example of how I resolved a conflict or motivated my team to achieve a goal.
Exactly. Did you implement a new feedback system that improved communication?
Okay.
Did you find a creative way to celebrate successes and boost morale?
Right.
These are the details that bring your leadership style to life.
I see. It's about showing, not just telling. Now, what if the interviewer probes deeper and asks, what's your biggest weakness as a leader?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
This one always makes me nervous.
Don't be afraid to be honest,
Okay.
but frame it in a way that shows self-awareness and a desire to grow. For example, you could say, I sometimes get so caught up in the big picture that I miss the finer details. That's why I've been working on delegating more effectively and empowering my team to take ownership of their areas of expertise.
That's a great tip. So it's about turning a weakness into an opportunity for growth.
Exactly.
And again, RoleCatcher's AI can help me identify leadership qualities that are particularly valued by this specific company so I can tailor my answer accordingly.
Right. It's all about showing them that you're not only qualified for the role, but also a great fit for their team culture.
Absolutely.
Okay, ready for the next question?
Absolutely. Bring it on.
All right. Question 4. Can you give an example of a time when you had to handle a difficult situation or crisis related to a broadcasting program? This is where they want to see how you perform under pressure.
Okay, a crisis situation. So something like a technical malfunction during a live broadcast, or maybe a controversial segment that sparked backlash.
Exactly. Think of a situation that tested your problem-solving skills, your communication skills, and your ability to stay calm under pressure.
And I'm guessing they don't just want to hear about the problem itself, but how I handled it, right?
Right. Walk them through your thought process.
Okay.
What steps did you take to assess the situation? Who did you communicate with and how? What decisions did you make and why?
So if I were talking about a technical malfunction during a live show, I could say something like, I immediately contacted our technical team to troubleshoot the issue while simultaneously coordinating with the on-air talent to keep the audience engaged and informed. We were able to resolve the issue within minutes, and I followed up with a detailed report to prevent similar incidents in the future.
That's a great example. You demonstrated quick thinking, effective communication, and a proactive approach to problem solving.
And again, I could use RoleCatcher's AI to identify potential crisis scenarios that are relevant to this specific role or company, so I can choose an example that really resonates.
Precisely, it's about showing them that you're not just capable of handling a crisis, but that you've thought about the specific challenges they might face and how you'd approach them.
Okay, ready for the next one? Okay, moving on to question 5. How do you ensure compliance with legal and ethical standards in broadcasting programs? This one's all about demonstrating your knowledge of the rules and your commitment to responsible broadcasting.
It sounds like they're looking for more than just saying, I know the regulations. What are some concrete examples I can use to showcase my approach to compliance?
Think about the systems you've put in place.
Okay.
Do you have a rigorous content review process to catch anything that might be problematic?
Right.
Have you implemented training for your team on ethical guidelines?
Okay.
Maybe you've even developed a specific code of conduct for your department.
So instead of just saying, I'm aware of the Ofcom broadcasting code, I could say something like, I've developed a multi-step content review process that includes legal review fact-checking and sensitivity analysis to ensure all our programs meet both legal and ethical standards. That's a great example. And even better if you can highlight a specific instance where your process helped to prevent a potential issue.
Okay.
Maybe your team flagged a potentially misleading claim in an advertisement.
Right.
Or you identified a segment that could be interpreted as insensitive and worked with the producers to modify it.
I see. It's about showcasing my proactive approach to compliance. Now, what if the interviewer throws a curveball and asks, tell me about a time when you had to make a difficult decision regarding the ethical implications of a program?
Ooh, that's a tough one. But it's a great opportunity to showcase your judgment and values.
Okay.
Think about a time when you had to weigh competing interests,
Right.
maybe the potential for controversy versus the importance of covering a sensitive topic.
Right.
Walk them through your decision-making process and explain the rationale behind your choice.
And again, RoleCatcher's AI can analyze the company's specific industry and location to suggest relevant regulations or ethical considerations that are particularly important to them.
Exactly. It's about tailoring your answers to show that you understand the unique challenges they face and that you're prepared to navigate them responsibly. Okay, ready for the next question? It's all about understanding your audience.
Bring it on. I'm feeling more confident with each one we tackle.
All right, question 6. What is your approach to audience research and analysis? This is where they want to see your analytical skills and your ability to use data to make informed programming decisions.
So it's not enough to just say, I like to keep up with audience trends.
Not quite. They want to know how you gather data, how you interpret it,
Right.
and how you translate those insights into actionable strategies.
What are some specific research methods I can mention, beyond the obvious things like ratings and social media analytics?
Think about the tools and techniques you use to go deeper.
Cool.
Have you conducted focus groups to get qualitative feedback?
Okay.
Do you use social listening tools to track audience sentiment and identify emerging trends?
Yeah.
Maybe you've even experimented with A/B testing different program formats or scheduling strategies.
So I could say something like, I use a combination of quantitative data from ratings and social media analytics, along with qualitative insights from focus groups and online surveys to get a holistic view of audience preferences and behavior.
That's a great start. And don't forget to mention specific examples of how you've used audience research to inform programming decisions.
Okay.
Maybe you identified a growing interest in a particular genre and developed a new show to capitalize on that trend.
Yeah.
Or you noticed a decline in viewership for a certain time slot and adjusted your scheduling accordingly.
And I imagine RoleCatcher's AI can be particularly helpful here, analyzing the target audience for the specific role and suggesting relevant data points or research methods to highlight.
Absolutely. For instance, if the role is focused on attracting a younger demographic, RoleCatcher might suggest you emphasize your experience with analyzing social media data, tracking online viewing habits, or understanding the latest trends in mobile content consumption.
This is so helpful. It's amazing how much deeper these answers become when you start thinking about the specifics. Okay, ready for the next question?
All right, let's talk about budgets. Question 7 is, can you discuss your experience with budgeting and financial management for broadcasting programs?
This one feels a bit intimidating, but I guess it's important to show that I understand the financial realities of broadcasting.
Exactly. They want to know that you can balance creative vision with financial responsibility. Be prepared to discuss your experience with developing budgets, tracking expenses, and managing resources effectively.
So more than just saying, I'm good with numbers,
Yeah.
what are some concrete examples I can use to demonstrate my financial acumen?
Think about specific projects where you had to make tough decisions about allocating resources.
Okay.
Did you ever have to cut costs without compromising program quality?
Right.
Did you successfully negotiate a favorable deal with a production company?
Okay.
Have you ever had to justify a budget increase based on projected ROI?
So I could say something like, I was able to reduce production costs for X show by 15% by renegotiating contracts with vendors and streamlining our workflow without sacrificing the quality of the program.
That's a great example. You demonstrated both financial savvy and a commitment to delivering a value.
Okay.
And you can further strengthen your answer by quantifying the impact of your actions.
All right.
Did the cost savings allow you to invest in other programs or initiatives?
Okay.
Did it contribute to the overall profitability of the channel?
And again, RoleCatcher's AI can be a valuable resource here, analyzing the company's financial situation and suggesting specific financial considerations or achievements that are particularly relevant to their goals.
Exactly. If the company is focused on growth and expansion, RoleCatcher might suggest you highlight your experience with securing funding for new initiatives or managing large-scale budgets.
Right.
And if they're in a cost-cutting mode, you might want to emphasize your ability to streamline processes and find creative ways to do more with less. Okay, ready for the next question? We're getting close to the end.
Absolutely. Let's keep this momentum going.
All right, question 8. What is your approach to scheduling and programming content? This is where they want to see your strategic thinking and your understanding of how to create a cohesive viewing experience.
So more than just picking shows I like and putting them in a random order?
Definitely. Think about the factors you consider when creating a schedule.
Okay.
Do you analyze audience flow and try to create a natural progression from one program to the next?
Okay.
Do you take into account competitor programming and try to counter-program against their strengths?
Right.
Do you factor in promotional opportunities and try to schedule shows in a way that maximizes exposure?
So instead of just saying, I like to create a diverse schedule, I could say something like, I analyze audience data to identify peak viewing times for different demographics, and I strategically schedule programs to capitalize on those trends and create a seamless viewing experience.
That's a great start, and you can further enhance your answer by providing a specific example.
Okay.
Maybe you noticed that viewers tended to switch channels during a particular time slot.
Yeah.
So you experimented with different program pairings and found a combination that significantly improved audience retention.
Wow.
Or perhaps you strategically scheduled a new show alongside a popular existing program to help it gain traction with viewers.
It's fascinating to think about all the strategic considerations that go into creating a successful schedule. And I imagine RoleCatcher's AI can be helpful here, analyzing the company's programming strategy, and suggesting specific scheduling approaches or examples that align with their goals.
Absolutely. If the company is trying to reach a niche audience, RoleCatcher might suggest you emphasize your experience with programming specialized content or your understanding of the viewing habits of that particular demographic.
Right.
And if they're trying to broaden their appeal, you might want to highlight your ability to create a schedule that balances popular mainstream content with more experimental offerings.
Okay, ready for our final question.
Bring it on. I'm excited to see what this last one has in store. All right, question 9. How do you measure the success of broadcasting programs? This is where they want to see your analytical skills and your understanding of key performance indicators, KPIs.
So it's not enough to just say, if people are watching, it's a success.
Not quite. They want to know that you can go beyond the obvious metrics and assess the true impact of a program.
Right.
What are the specific KPIs you track? Do you look at things like audience engagement, social media buzz, website traffic, or even brand lift studies?
So instead of just saying, I look at the ratings, I could say something like, I use a balanced scorecard approach that includes traditional metrics like ratings and share, along with digital engagement metrics like social media mentions, website visits, and video views. I also conduct periodic surveys and focus groups to gather qualitative feedback on audience perception and program impact.
That's a great example. You demonstrated a sophisticated understanding of how to measure success in a multi-platform media environment.
Okay.
And you can further enhance your answer by providing a specific instance where you use data to make a strategic programming decision. Maybe you noticed a decline in social media engagement for a particular show and decided to invest in more interactive content or social media promotion to re-engage viewers.
Right.
Or perhaps you saw a spike in website traffic after a particular episode and decided to develop a spin-off series or online content hub to further capitalize on that interest.
It's amazing how much data is available these days to help us understand audience behavior and make better programming decisions. And I imagine RoleCatcher's AI can be a valuable tool here, analyzing the company's goals and suggesting specific KPIs or success stories that are particularly relevant to their definition of success.
Absolutely. If the company is focused on building a loyal audience, RoleCatcher might suggest you emphasize your experience with tracking viewer retention, measuring brand affinity, or analyzing repeat viewing patterns.
Okay.
And if they're primarily concerned with advertising revenue, you might want to highlight your ability to deliver strong ratings in key demographics or generate high levels of engagement with sponsored content.
So we've tackled some really tough interview questions.
Yeah.
And we've kind of explored this evolving world of broadcasting.
Yeah.
But RoleCatcher isn't just about acing that one interview. Right.
No, it's not. It's a tool that you can use throughout your whole career.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's so exciting about it. It's
Yeah.
like having a career co-pilot kind of helping you navigate all the twists and turns of the industry.
It's great.
And think about it. They have a database of over 9 million employers worldwide.
Wow.
You can search by industry location, company size, even by specific skills they're looking for.
So I could use RoleCatcher to find companies that are actively seeking someone with my expertise in, let's say, reality TV production or sports broadcasting.
Exactly. And it goes beyond just job searching.
Yeah.
They have a feature called Career Compass, and it actually helps you map out potential career paths
Wow.
based on your current skills and experience.
So I could see what skills I need to develop or what kind of experience I should be gaining to move into those roles.
Exactly.
That's really valuable, especially in an industry that's changing so rapidly.
It's all about staying ahead of the curve.
Yeah.
And don't forget about their skill guides.
Good.
They have over 13,000 of them, and each one breaks down a specific skill.
Wow.
Its relevance to different careers and how to develop it.
That's a treasure trove of information.
It is.
So if I wanted to brush up on my digital marketing skills or learn more about data analytics for programming decisions, I could find a guide for that on RoleCatcher.
Absolutely. And if you're looking to make a career move, their CV Builder can help you tailor your resume to each specific job description.
It's not just a template, right?
Oh.
You mentioned before that it uses AI to analyze the job posting and suggest ways to optimize my resume.
Exactly. It's like having a personal resume writer
Wow.
who knows exactly what hiring managers are looking for.
That's amazing.
And it helps you highlight the most relevant skills and experiences, use the right keywords, and structure your resume in a way that's both compelling and ATS friendly.
That's a game changer, especially when you consider how many applications are screened by algorithms these days before they even reach a human being.
Oh, it's so true.
So RoleCatcher really does cover the entire job search career development journey.
It really does. And the best part is it offers a free version
Oh, wow.
that gives you access to a ton of valuable resources.
That's incredible. So there's really no reason not to give it a try.
Absolutely. And if you're serious about investing in your career, they have a Copilot AI subscription,
Okay.
and it unlocks even more powerful features and personalized guidance.
It sounds like an invaluable resource for anyone navigating the broadcasting industry, whether you're just starting out or you're a seasoned professional.
It really is.
So what does this all mean for you? This deep dive has given you a roadmap to not only confidently tackle that broadcasting program director interview,
Yeah.
but to also envision your long-term career trajectory.
Yeah.
But here's a final thought to ponder. How will you leverage the power of AI and resources like RoleCatcher to not only land this job, but to thrive in your career and become a leader in this ever-evolving world of broadcasting?
It's a great question to think about.
That's it for this deep dive into the world of broadcasting program directors. We hope you found these insights valuable, and we wish you the best of luck in your interview. Remember, you've got this